going. Now, C to C. We're going to start right here on the A string, okay? So we're going to do an A and then an E as where we start the root from, okay? C to C. That's like always home base. Now, let's look at this one on the top right. C to D is a major second. A delicious little cupcake for your precious little ears, all right? Now, listen to this. When you do this, don't just rush through this. Listen to that interval. Does it have a little bit of dissonance in it? Yeah, because that interval is a little closer. Now, as you get further away, it beautifies a bit more. But C to D is perfectly usable. There's your major third, okay? I don't want to offend the intervals. I want to give them their formal names. Major third. Could have just said a third, okay? Now C to F. Okay, there is your perfect fourth. You're so perfect. Okay? Now let's go C to G. There is a perfect fifth. Now let's go to a major sixth C to A. It's hard to say. Okay? And now let's do the major seventh because it will cry if I don't use it. So a major seventh. And then back to C. Okay, now I'll come back to that in 2 seconds. Let's move up to the low E, and I'll show you a little musical example for each set that we move through, and then at the end, I'll give you some ideas. You're gonna run with this. You'll be you, I'll be me. Here we go. So, C to C, same thing. Let's just get that octave first. I mean, perfect octave. I'm sorry about that. So C to C, okay? Now this is how you learn your fretboard too. Now, where is the major second when you're rooting off the low E? Well, I could go a few places, but I'm gonna go here to the high E. I just like the way that feels. Makes me all happy inside. So C to D. Okay, there you go. Remember you have this one down here, and then I've got this one. All right. And then if you notice, they're the same interval, but they're just different flavors, right? Different harmonic content is going on. Now let's go C to E, major third. That one's so nice. I use that one a ton. That one's great when you're strumming too. All right, major third. Now here's the fourth, C to F. What you really want to do too is say the note and say the name. Sing the interval. Okay, do a little singing. All right, now let's go a fifth. Oh, perfect fifth, shall I say. C to G. Okay, C to G. That'd be the equivalent of a power chord, as they used to call it. But it's not really a chord, it's an interval. So that's a perfect fifth. So look, here's your sixth, major sixth. And now let's not leave out the major seventh, look. And then back to the octave. Now, before we move on to F and G, let me tell you this, you're gonna notice the patterns are all the same. See, that's the beauty of music, is when you learn these patterns and you know where the root is, you can move it to different keys. So just put that in your memory banks and let that mull around in your brain for a bit. All right, so here's something you could do, and this is actually an actual little piece I'm working on, okay? Because I had a song that went C, F, G like this. I decided to go like this. So this is just the C intervals down here where we first started with the root note on the A. So C to C. I'm just gonna use this as like we'll call it like a pedaling octave. I'm gonna pedal this octave, like a pedal tone. Kind of keep it always rolling. Okay, what I do right there, if you watch my fret hand, I'm just doing octaves. Okay, and then I just walk down the fourth, major third, and the major second, and back to the octave. See that? F, E, D. So there's so many combinations. Now what if I went pedaled off the octave? Now that's kind of a cool one, just that. Try this. This is kind of tough, but it's all great technical warm-up exercises. It's just gonna make you a better player. C to C, hit the G to C. Okay, let's C to C, octave. Hit the G, fifth, back to the C. Just one note. But it takes a little bit of like movement, like a technique to get that. Now that's how I did the major sixth. C to C, G to C, C to C, A to C. See that? And then you just come up with all these great little things. Sometimes you might do like little bends. Little hammer-ons, little pull-offs. Slides, slide down. Okay, it can get really fancy. Okay, now let's go up here, same thing. Okay, now I guarantee you there's a bunch of you watching this, you've probably been doing this but you didn't have any understanding of what you're doing, and now you do. All right, let's go to the next chart. Whoop! Same thing. So like I said, here's the beauty of this. Now we're moving to the F. So we're going from the 1, C, okay? Now we're going to move to the 4/4 F. Now right there, in this case, since we're down here, let's start with the root note on the E first. And again, the shapes are all the same. I wrote all the intervals in the top right. There's your major scale, 1 flat in the key of F, B flat, there you go, okay? Now, if you look at this, same thing, F to F. Okay, so there's your octave. I just start with the octave first, all right? Now let's do the major second, F to G, same thing. Low E to high E, F to G. But again, really just like soak that into your ears. Because you were always trying to get the sounds in our head out of our fingers onto the guitar and make delicious, I'll say it again, delicious cupcakes for people's ears, including our own, okay? So there's your major second, okay? Now, where's our, think right here, look at, where's our major third? Oh, that's F to A, so we have to look, oh, F to A. Then you really need to connect the dots, light bulb moment that's the same shape as up here, the C to E major, look, see. Okay, look at that. Listen how cool that sounds, just from a C major third to an F major third. I'm getting distracted, we gotta stay in F. But it's so fun to make music. Okay, then we got our 4th, right here, look. Okay? F to B flat. There's your flat, and 1 flat in the key of F, B flat. Okay? Now where's our 5th? Same thing. Well, our 5th shape is here, F to C. Now you guys are like, oh, now I know why he always preaches triads. F, A, C. Oh yeah, A is the major third, C. See how it all just connects together? Just glues together so beautifully. Now here's our major 6th, F to D, okay? I really love that interval. It's got some mystery in it or something. What do you guys hear in that major 6th interval? What does that make you feel like? Makes me feel kind of like concerned or like something's gonna happen. The mystery of it. All right, now let's do the 7th. Okay, here you go. So right here, E, F to E. Okay, and then if you want to do another octave shape here, F to F on the high E. Now, how much you use that, I don't know, but I'm gonna show you stuff. You're gonna run with it. Okay. Now we're gonna slide up. We're gonna do our root off the A. Same thing, same patterns as before. Here's your F to F. Look, see that? Now, where's our major second? F to A, right? So, excuse me. F to G. Sorry about that. Got ahead of myself. F to G, major second. Again, really just soak in the dissonance of that. Some of you like to sulk in dissonance. That's a good band name, Sulking in Dissonance. And you can just play all major. You can throw in some minor seconds too. But we gotta stick to the chorus here, okay? Now, here is our major third. I love the way the shape feels rooted off the A. I just love that. Okay, here's our 4th, F to B flat. I should say perfect 4th. Okay, and then F to C, our perfect 5th. Why are they so perfect? Okay? And then we're gonna go to our major 6th, F to D. Okay? And then let's do our major 7th, right? Here, F to E, and then back to F. Now, the same thing I showed you down here with the C, let's just kind of keep connecting this together and build like scaffolding this. Okay, so look. Okay, you see that? Shank, but what I'm trying to do is just freestyle some ideas right here in this one position. Now, if you're a total beginner, just see if you can get the octave like this. Or just go through each interval. Just play some intervals. Look how nicely it starts when you start from the F to D, which is that major 6th. Okay, so again, you're just cataloging sounds in your brain. You feeling this? You guys see what I'm going at? Drop any comments or questions. Whoop, next chart. We're gonna wrap this thing up. All right, so G. We don't have to take as much time because look, the patterns are just repeating. So if I go down here to the low E, right, and the G right here in the 3rd fret, okay, G to G, there's your octave, okay? G to A, so you got G to A, your major 2nd, same thing. See that? All right, then your major 3rd is right here. G to B, and then you got G to C, your perfect 4th. You're so perfect, okay? And then you got your perfect 5th, right? G to D. And then you got your major 6, G to E. Seeing how the shapes are the same. I just want you to even make the connection of like what, even if you don't know what note you're playing, be cool if you just know when you go like this from here to here on the E and B string, that is a major 6 interval, G to E in this case, okay? Now let's do our major 7th, okay? G to F, sharp. Ooh, I almost blew that. Oh, here's a bonus question. If I were to play G and then I made the F sharp in F, what mode would we be in? Okay, but we're playing F sharp and then back to G. So again, here's something you could do off here. See, just some ideas. I'm gonna shank this up a lot, but that's part of being a musician, right? None of us are perfect. All right, let me take all the charts off of here, okay? Grab the ebook, and there's nothing left in the chart anyway, so I don't want you all distracted. Just watch, just listen, soak this in. I'm gonna try make you a tasty cupcake for your ears. I could blow this. It could be like something like liverwurst, which my mom used to feed me as a kid. Awful. What were you thinking, Mom? I love you still, though. Okay, this is an actual song I was working on, C, F, G, and I decided to change it from the strumming part, where in a recording I wanted to outline it. So I would go like this. Now on this one, I'm not gonna hit all the intervals. In the C, I played the most intervals. I think I do C to C, the 4th, the major 3rd, the 2nd. Yeah, I probably hit the 5th and the 6th. But in the F, I just go, this one's cool. I do root, major 7, major 3rd. Go ba-ba-da, ba-da-ba-da. And then when I go to the G, I just do root, major 3rd, 4th. See, and if you paid attention to this lesson and watched it 1,000 times, thank you, share this, like this. This is gonna make you just crush, okay? So watch. And it just sounds so good, unless I shank it. Just kind of bouncing and then start singing something. Of course, doing this and singing is a whole different ballgame. So there's one example. Okay, now there's this other song. What are we doing if we're not writing songs? Even if it's for ourselves, by ourselves, I would hope you would let people hear you play, because I bet you're way better than you give yourself credit for. Now, I'm gonna do this G one. Now what I'm gonna show you too is I go to this E minor open chord. Now that wasn't on the chart, but I'm just trying to use a musical example of how these intervals work. Okay? And think of open strings, okay? Because an interval, all a chord is technically, not technically, it's what it is it's just a stacked interval. So if you took a triad, right? A triad's just 2 intervals stacked together, okay? More on that later. I don't want to set your brain ablaze, all right? So watch, he'll do this G thing, okay? I always get a lot of questions on this one. I really got to finish this tune, but see, I do all these intervals. Obviously, I'm rooted off the low E. You guys know these intervals, I just gave them to you. And then I go to the open chord. Now watch this. Make use of those open strings too. All right, so that's pretty much enough. I'm just giving you guys frameworks, okay? And you guys know I get excited and I want to show you more. And I drank way too much iced coffee today. But what if you just did, let's just do this one more time. What if we did let's just take one interval and let's just do everything rooted off the low E. Okay, if you can walk away with one thing, at least have this. And then watch this video 1,000 more times, okay? Okay, what if we did C, major, let's do major 3rd, C. What if we did a C, F, G, okay? Now what I will do is I'll go into the open chord. So let's think like songwriters, okay? And then like I've said 3 times, we'll wrap this up for the 3rd time. So C, F, G, using major 3rd intervals, okay? And then we'll go into the open chords. So if this were like an intro, think of this. A lot of times what you hear when songs that you love, when they go to like breakdowns or like bridges or simpler parts, They will do something like that. They'll simplify. They'll go like... Okay, see what I'm doing there? I'm just taking the shape C, F, G, and I'm keeping the root on the A. Why do I always want to call it a low A? There's only one A, okay? See if you can create a little cool little groove using just those intervals off of the A. And rhythm is always key. Shank that. All right, that's enough. You guys, grab the ebook, but seriously, let me know how this goes for you. You guys, you're going to want to add these to your playing. You've heard these in songs. You're going to hear them in songs. I want them in your songs. You're going to want them in your songs. Just keep going. Please share. What light bulb moments did you have? What did you learn? I need feedback. I need to make these videos better and better and better and better and better and better until they're the best. Grab the ebook. That will be a good place to start. If you have questions, drop it. I'll answer it. Somebody else will answer it. Team Jellyfish for the win. Drop Team Jellyfish. Drop Jellyfish in the comments or your favorite sea creature. Tell us where you're watching from. Go out. Have a beautiful day. Don't stop. Only you can stop you. So you're not going to stop yourself. You're going to keep going because guitar is beautiful. It's amazing. And we'll never know it all. Okay? Keep playing. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.